just in time prepping. We got through yesterday. I got all those channels lined up. I got a lot of responses, and everybody's trying to help everybody out. So, did what I wanted to do. Perfect. Now back to the boring stuff. Well, I don't call it boring, but some people do. Let's go on. We've got a couple more things to cover here, and we'll be done with this series. Let's just get it out of the way. Today is going to be called talking about being prepared to bug out. So many preppers talk about the prospects of bugging out, but how many of them actually have the skills or the strength to actually do it? It's one thing to talk about bugging out, it's another thing to carry that pack 10 or 15 miles a day. It's a dangerous and unforgiving under any condition. So let's talk about that. Many preppers talk about bugging out, but how many of them have the skills, right? A great way to prepare for this situation is to start by practicing carrying your backpack. While you can never simulate an actual bug out situation, it helps to prepare in a number of different ways. It prepares your body for the vigorous conditions that you're about to be faced with. Backpacking can help you figure out exactly how your body will respond to carrying the gear across different terrains. And it helps you get a good idea of how much ground you can cover realistically in a bug out scenario. Now, having an evacuation plan is great, but you have to actually use it. By backpacking the routes that you plan to take in a bug out situation, you greatly increase your chances of surviving a bad situation. Hit the trails, study your surroundings, and take plenty of notes. Figure out how far you can comfortably hike every day, whether it be a mile, 2 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles, whatever. Take a note of what natural resources lie along your route. Be on the lookout for any possible dangers and figure out how you can avoid them. And then take your maps and mark the location of every watering hole or possible emergency shelters that are near or within your route. And then next, test your gear now when life's not on the line. The last thing you need in your bug out bag is a bunch of crappy gear that doesn't hold up on the trail. Now it's time to start testing the gear. When you're out on the trail, ask yourself these important gear questions. How easy is it to use? How many times did you actually use that piece of gear, and was it really necessary? And then ask yourself, was there a piece of gear that you wish you would have had? So these are things that you're going to want to ask yourself in a bug out situation. You ask yourself all this stuff, and then you'll be able to pick through your backpack or whatever. You'll be able to take stuff in, take stuff out. You'll be able to think it through stuff you might not have put in that you should have. So it kind of works hand in hand here. So bugging out with kids is another thing we need to think about. During an SHTF situation, maintaining a sense of normalcy is going to be very important concern when you're dealing with your children. With children, comfort items can go a long way in helping them feel as safe as possible and secure. Don't overlook how important it is to become and give them a sense of comfort and control during a stressful SHTF environment. Bugging out for kids, do you have separate bug out bags for each one of your children? During a crisis or disaster situation, one of the most important jobs will be to plan and help your child feel as safe and as secure as possible. Something that I'm a big proponent of. Something that links or helps them think. Something to give children a sense of security. Is involving them in the preparedness planning as much as possible. So if you've got their bug out bags and they're full of items that they may need or that the group may need, make them feel that it's important that they're carrying those items so that they feel secure themselves. So one great way to make them feel that way is for them to have a sense of power is to give them is to let them be part of the situation. Let them have a voice in what's going on, And that gives them their own dedicated bug out bag, Then they know that they have to carry it. And they may even be able to come up with things to put in or take out, because they're being part of the situation now. Having their own child-sized bug out bag filled with familiar items and comfort foods can be a real lifesaver during an emergency. With children, comfort items often become a top priority. Having a bag filled with comforting and familiar things can help ensure their overall mental health during a crisis or disaster. And what this means is simply that you can put some stuff in their bug out bag that they usually have at home around the house or whatever, and it may be a toy or something like that, something that makes them feel secure. So what items do you think should go in the bug out bag for children? That depends on your child's age and their maturity. And while the needs of each child are going to be different, there are some things you should consider when building an emergency bag for your child. So these should be lightweight, age-appropriate items. They should be heavier items and geared towards their needs or their age. One might be a flashlight. One might be an emergency whistle clipped on the outside of the pack so that they can easily find it if they become separated from you. Another thing may be a laminated emergency contact list with the name and home address and telephone numbers. Maybe a prepaid cell phone, a poncho, maybe extra socks, a pair of gloves, and a knit hat or bandana, depending on the climate that you live in. A dust mask, goggles. If they wear glasses, make sure the goggles fit over the glasses. A small pocket knife for older kids, or Band-Aids and wipes, small bottles of hand sanitizer. Comfort items for a child will give them mental stability and are primary purposes of the bag. Don't overlook the importance of entertainment and comfort. During the disaster, the last thing you need is a kid that is overly stressed or anxious, such as stuffed animals, a couple of lightweight toys, a pack of playing cards or travel-sized games, baseball or small Nerf football, maybe a harmonica, an iPad tablet or a small device that they can play games on, hard candy, bubble gum. Better have a drink. Sugar packets, give them quick energy. Some trail mix that they can just get to you real easily. And drink packets to mix in their water so it's not getting boring. The water getting boring, you might want to put a little flavoring in there. So, remember, a kid's bug out bag is not meant to be an adult bag. It's also called a bug out bag, B-O-B. Its primary purpose is to provide comfort during a stressful situation and to give your child some sense of control or feel part of the situation. With younger children, comfort items are top priority and will help ensure the overall length of their mental health. So make sure to customize the bag for your child's age and his maturity. Even their overall fitness may come into play. So these are all things that you need to think about when you have your children with you in the bug out situation. Their maturity and their age, and some people's children mature quicker than others, so may want that to be fit into the problem issue, or the situation. So that closes out the series that we've been talking about here for almost a week now. I hope you guys take some of this in and try to figure out lists or something that will help you guys get through a situation. We've covered about 10 things here, and if you can look back in the series and just pick out little things that'll help you, it's a no-brainer. It would just start coming to you as a habit. You don't even have to think about it in your day-to-day lives. When the situation arises, you'll just know automatically what to do. So that's it. So I'm going to tell you guys about what's going on here with me. Is we're going to start doing a live session on Wednesdays, and it's going to be a 3-hour session, and it's going to last from noon till 3 o'clock. And then everybody that comes into the chat room or chat session, I'll be writing your name down on a piece of paper. I already am starting a list here. If you can see this, I don't know if you can, but I'm going to put your name in there, the date, so we don't get confused, and then some other information, whether you donate through a PayPal or through a super chat. And then I'll make a little comment on the side there. And then on Saturday, when I go to do my Saturday night chat, we will start the session out with putting everybody's name in the hat from Wednesday, and I will be drawing something out. And then whoever I draw out of the hat, they will win something from my store. So it will depend on whether you donate to the cause, so that I can put all that money back into the channel and do other stuff, like build things for you guys or whatever, or whether you just sit there and talk about a topic or just whatever's going on that day. So I've got it all figured out. If you give a super chat, you'll have a certain mark by your name, and if you give it through PayPal, you'll have some sort of symbol by your name. And the reason for this is the super chat is that we all know that YouTube takes 30% of all the super chats, but if you give a donation through PayPal, it's much easier. PayPal only takes 5%, where YouTube takes 30%. So that was the reasoning behind what I thought about that when I was setting it all up. That way I can take all that money, and it all goes back into the channel, so I can buy things to make, to help you guys get through the SHTF situations. And that way I'm not spending a lot of money out of my pocket that I can't really afford, because I live on Social Security. So I had to come up with an idea that I haven't seen done on any other channels here on YouTube, and at the same time try to make it so that my channel can survive and grow. And so this is sort of what I came up with. So on Wednesday, I'm going to do a 3-hour stream, and then on Saturday we will pick a winner from Wednesday's stream, and they'll win anywhere from one of my stickers all the way up to grocery totes and things like that. So that's all I have for you guys for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's all I got. I want you guys to know I couldn't be here without you guys. Everything I do for you. Try to improve your lifestyle a little bit, and hopefully this new idea I've conjured up will help my channel survive and grow. So thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of it. See you guys probably tomorrow. I'll be around on the tube today, but I'll see you again tomorrow one-on-one. And thanks for watching. So as usual, God bless you, God bless me, God bless US of A. Till next time, thanks.